Welcome to tonight's edition of Beer on a Budget, where it isn't so much about finding the world's greatest beer, but finding the best beer for your dollar. On tonight's edition, we will be discussing Alright, what's up, budget beer lovers? First of all, let me say happy Thanksgiving. Tomorrow's Thanksgiving. I hope you have a wonderful day. Hope you get to drink lots of good beer, or lots of good budget beer, if that's more your preference. And spend some time with your family and enjoy the day. Second, say I'm sorry for not getting these videos out as quickly as I should to all my channel watchers, not just budget beer videos. Of late, I have been horribly ill with a cold, sinus infection, something. I've been unable to smell or taste, so for me to do a beer review would be completely unfair. The good news is I'm feeling a little bit better today. I think I can do this. We're going to give it a try here anyway. And the other reason I haven't been making videos, probably partially why I'm sick, is I haven't been sleeping very much because of... It's an addiction. You know, what are you going to do? We all have our addictions. So anyway, tonight, absolutely amazing. You know, it's a beer I've never had, but it's one that you don't think about very often. You know it exists, at least I do, and it's just never, if I saw it in a store, I'd walk right by it. But somebody recommended it. I thought we'd, or even requested it, depending on how you look at your comments, and I thought we'd give it a try, only to find out it is America's best tasting beer. That's what it says on the can. It can't be false advertising. That would be illegal. So anyway, we have Old Milwaukee, America's best tasting beer. Funny though, this beer only has a 62 score from Beer Advocate, and the Bros give it a 58. So I don't know. It clocks in at 4.6 ABV. It is a standard American Pilsner, adjunct lager, whatever you want to call one. So anyway, without further ado, let's find out if it lives up to what it claims. Is this America's best tasting beer? And we'll even exclude all good craft brews. We'll just call it through budget beers and see what happens. Maybe it is. I've never ever tasted one of these. Like I said, I mean, I knew it existed. It says it's made by Schlitz, but all the information I can find on it says it's made by Pabst. So I don't know if you would consider this like an old man's beer, or an older blue-collar worker beer, or something like that. But anyway, pours very nice light straw color. Pours to a little bit of head, which seems to be sticking around, and a tiny little bit of lacing to it. Let's give it a smell. Well, my sniffer's working well enough to smell that, and it doesn't really smell good. It's got that Pilsner malt smell to it, corn, and something else too, kind of reminiscent of the moldy water smell I got from Icy Light, if you remember that video. But not as nearly as bad or as strong. Well, let's taste it and see if it's any good. And there's an awful sticky sweetness to this beer. So it's surprisingly sticky and sweet, almost slight hint of honey flavor. Other than that, oh, sticky and sweet. I mean, that's its predominant flavor profile there. Slight hint of honey flavor to that, but there's not nearly enough bittering to call this beer even closely to balanced. It's sweet, and it's sticky. It's fairly smooth though. You could drink a lot of this if you could, or like the sweeter end of beers. It's not for me, however. I like mine on a more bitter end of beers. And this one is sickeningly sweet. Anyway, I would not call it America's best tasting beer, even if we exclude craft brews. But we'll top it off here and find out if it's chuggable. Everybody seemed to like the Bush video a whole lot. I'm going to try to come up with more ideas like that. All of them aren't going to be. I'm not that creative, I'm sorry, and I don't have a team working for me, so bear with me through the more boring ones, and maybe find a budget beer you like, and stick with through the funny ones. So here we go. Anyway, bottoms up. By the way, this is the week where Ohio State plays a team up north, so go Bucks. And bottoms up. Highly carbonated, very corny kind of flavor, and a building nasty aftertaste, and it was so thick and sweet. I really struggled to finish this glass, so it's chuggable, but barely. All in all, 12-pack ran me $8. It was very hard to find. I had to look in a couple of stores to find this beer. As far as budget beers go, you can do better, and this is not America's best tasting beer by a long shot. Have a good night.